Monet Everett here, bringing you another great video. Hope you like my hair. It's getting longer and fuller. I've been trying a lot of new products. Psych, time out. I got something I got to get off my chest. I am so sick and tired of these men talking about, oh, I only want to date a woman with natural hair, meaning grow hair from their scalp, no weave. Look how good this looks. No one would ever know I have hair extensions in. Ladies, it is time to make sure that if you're going to weave it up, it looks really good and really natural like this. See my hairs? My hands are running all through it. You don't have to be all in your business knowing if it's real or fake. Check out my video. Oh, and I just got back from my first date with a guy who's always talking about I never date a woman with a weave. He was all up and through my hair. Oh, your hair is so pretty. It looks so nice. Well, he's not going to be happy when he sees this video. He's not. Well, it is my hair. I paid for it. Monet Everett, MonetEverett.com, hairandmakeupblog.com, bridesmadeup.com. Check out this video. Let me know what you think. I'm going to call it the not visible weave. Some call it a spider weave. I just want to hear your comments. Tell me all about it. Rate, subscribe, all that other good stuff. First thing you want to do is to divide up your hair. Makes your job way easier. I'm taking a horseshoe section and I am dividing my hair at the corners of my scalp right above my eyebrows. This is going to be the part of the hair that, you know, of course is your hair, so it's going to be the most convincing part. Everyone will see your scalp and not think you have any hair extensions. I'm also dividing out about an inch of hair from the hairline. This hair is yours. It'll also be left out. I cornrowed it out of my way. It's an inch all the way around because I want to be able to play with my hair and put it up. I've just divided out about a good inch or so of hair. That's going to be my first cornrow. I'm infusing it with that synthetic hair, and I am going to cornrow my hair horizontally across the bottom, right above the inch of hair around my hairline that I've already sectioned out. Sounds a little complicated, but it's way easier than you think. Notice that I am cornrowing horizontally. Now the second cornrow is going to come back the opposite direction. I had to cut that little knot out. That's what you do if you get a knot. Don't worry about all the small stuff. Just keep the braid going. Even if you feel like your braid's not neat, your cornrow, just keep it going. I'll show you what to do with these ends in just a few minutes. Right now, I just want to cornrow it and get it out of my way. The third cornrow is just above your first two cornrows. Some people will leave some hair out. I don't have enough hair to leave any hair out, and I have a fairly small head. So I am going to take hair that's about 1/4 of an inch, and I am going to section this out for another cornrow, and it is going to be just above my ears on both sides, and it's also just above the inch of hair that I left out around the hairline because I want to make sure I'm able to pull my hair up and back and do a lot of different things with it. I don't know what I was listening to, but I guess I like that song. So notice that my hair, this is the amount of hair I'm going to cornrow. It's long, but it's not very full, hence the doing the non-visible weave we're about to do. I am going to start this cornrow, but it's imperative that I get it as close to my hairline as possible without being visible. So when I grab this hair, I'm going to really hold on and keep twisting this hair around it to make sure that I'm not pulling the hair away from my hairline. I need it as close to my hairline as possible. When you pull the hair back too far, that can be a dead giveaway that you have hair extensions because sometimes you can see the hair actually pulling. I'm continuing to cornrow the hair horizontally around the head. Next, I'm going to the other side of my head. This is actually going to be the same cornrow, and they are going to meet somewhere in the middle. It can be difficult to have your cornrows lay really smooth if you do that train method where they go around the circle or around the head or any type of curve pattern. So I needed to lay down as flat as possible, so I made a section as small as I possibly can, and I'm cornrolling it to the back. Now, where these two cornrows meet, I'm just going to marry them, and I'm just going to marry them into one big braid and keep that braid going and, you know, braid that out of my way. And as I go a little further in the video, I'll share an alternate way. You don't necessarily have to do this braiding the hair out of the way. There's multiple ways to achieve the same look. Next up, I need to section out about 1 inch of hair. I can use my finger, or you can measure out 1 inch. Because that hair is not going to have any extensions in it, this is going to be another part of what makes the extensions more believable. If possible, try to keep your parts as clean and straight as possible. Next, just to remove this hair out of the way, once again, my hair is really fine and it's easy to get tangled and caught up in the wrong sections. I'm going to just put some big cornrows to get that inch section of hair out of my way. I want to make sure to not merge the wrong hair together, so I'm going to completely braid that out of my way. Sometimes the clips and everything can become a little bit of a nuisance. Next up, cornrow 4. Look how tiny this section is. This is the key to getting your cornrows, having them not visible. It's got to be maybe 1/4 of an inch. And yes, that's my hair. It's about 10 or 12 inches long. But unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with enough fullness or coarseness, hence the non-visible weave. So I just did a horizontal braid, just like I showed you. Now I am taking the cornrow and bending backwards to show you what I do. Hopefully you can see. And I am cornrowing the tip, the end of the cornrow over, or underneath, I'm sorry, my original cornrow, and I will eventually sew the extensions directly onto this track that I am creating. The cornrow is another word for it is track. Now we're at the very bottom on that very first cornrow that I started with, and I am sewing in the first track of hair. I cut the width of the track from ear to ear. I've also gone to the second cornrow. You guys know I flipped it over and I'm on the second cornrow. Also, a lot of times for my first cornrow, I double it. Well, no, I doubled the second, excuse me. The first one I didn't double because that hair is out on the bottom. The second one is double. Now, when I'm getting up to the hairline, it is imperative that you use a track that closely resembles the fullness of your hair. So this track does not have a lot of hair on it. Notice I'm pulling the needle through the cornrow in the track, and then I create a loop and pull the needle through. This is giving me some extra insurance and extra knotting to make sure that that hair extension is truly secured. And I am going to go over the same area 2 or 3 times because it's important that that hair has a firm hold. I don't want to put too much pressure on it. Now I'm at the very top on that last and final cornrow, the third cornrow, which is going around my horseshoe section of hair that will be left out. Another slight thing to keep in mind, notice that the hair that I'm using is the slightest bit lighter than my own natural hair. That's because hair is always lighter on the ends, and these hair extensions are going to go just a little bit past my natural hair length. You'll see. So notice this last cornrow that I'm doing, taking it around the horseshoe section. Now I'm flat ironing the hair to blend it. If you want to see my flat iron technique, I've got other videos showing you how I flat iron my hair. And this is basically how it comes out. Looks good, but that length is too long. It's telling on me. I don't want to have a mohawk, so I'm cutting off a couple of inches at the bottom using a razor. I'm a licensed professional, so I use a straight edge. It may be better for you to use a razor with a guard on it. I am also going to lightly layer the ends. Blunt ends always give away hair extensions. So, you know, I got to make sure to layer and thin out those ends. Otherwise, you look like who did that to you and why, and who are you trying to fool. So no one would ever know that this is a weave. Yes, I'm going to hit the back of that head again with a flat iron. I was moving real quick, trying to get out the door. Hope that you are liking what you're feeling. Here's the kicker, the ponytail. How many of you are able to get your hair into a ponytail this nicely with a weave?